When I'm seeing these headlines, and we've been talking about recession for a long time, it feels like as a person, we've been talking about this for a long time. I think even like
Since
six
before
months,
COVID.
right. And even like 6 months ago, I said to my husband, I was like, are we not in a recession? Like, how do people keep saying there's going to be a recession? I was like, are we not there yet? Like, what is happening? And that's when we discussed, like, okay, of course, it's technically the 2 quarters of economic downturn. Okay, we're not there in Canada
We're not?
specifically,
Okay.
but
Okay.
what they, to my knowledge to date, I'm
No,
not a
it's fine.
financial advisor. I
We're
don't
just
know.
marketeers. We can make it up.
I mean, what the interesting thing is that they say we are in a consumer recession. So I was like, what the heck is that? Like, what's the difference between a technical financial recession and a consumer recession? And when I learned a little bit more about this, it's around mindset and what people feel. So people feel like we have been in a recession for an extended period of time, even though the financial aspect of it has not technically caught up.
Yeah.
So when you see all these headlines and you're like, we're going to be in a recession, we're going to be in a recession, the behaviors shift in advance of the financial proof of being in a recession.
So what you're saying is, are we in the midst of the behaviors that consumers are exhibiting? It just hasn't it hasn't hit the sort of economical, fiscal sort of side of things.
Correct. In Canada. So
in
the
Canada.
US, So 6 months, a year ago, people are like, oh my God, we're in a recession. Like, it's like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. And so they change their behaviors in advance of there actually being a traditional financial recession. So people like cut back on spending money. They check out like different prices in grocery stores. They look for more promotions. Maybe they take less trips. Maybe they eat out less.
They become very selective. They become very
Yeah.
selective of what they don't want to give up. Versus,
and so the behaviors shift in advance, which I think is really, really interesting. Like, we're out of this kind of reactionary position as consumers to wait until like the crud hits the fan. It's like we see the headlines and we start to change earlier than we've changed before, which I'm like, exactly. I feel like we've been in a recession or a recessionary mindset as consumers for 6 months to a year or more already.
what I would say is this: I am hearing a lot around, I don't have any money. And I mean that from potential client. It's always, okay.
Like budgets or personally?
Budgets are non-existent in the world that I'm seeing. So it's always about, we don't have the budget, but to which, my answer is usually like, well, I hope you're paying for this coffee. Nice to see you. No, I am hearing that literally.